Hey guys, we hope you loved this panel for K-pop fans over 30. Remember, if you liked it and you want to see more like this at KCON, fill out the survey in the link below and let them know that you want to see panels like this next year. Thanks.
While we get this set up, the best thing for us to do right now is to at least have the panelists introduce themselves. So we'll start on this end so I can shimmy down on to that end, and then we should be ready by then. AV is on their way in. All right, so go ahead.
Hey y'all, my name is Mama B. I'm from K-PopMamas. Yeah, so I do a reaction channel, K-drama reviews with my best friend Mama T. I'm actually a cheater on this panel. I'm 30 in like 2 months, but I feel real old sometimes. So, and Mama T is 38. You can't see what So I have 2 kids, they're 5 and 1, and I'm just a crazy fangirl and professional fangirl, and that's what I do.
I'm just kidding, we don't discriminate here. My name's Stephanie, I'm from KCON17LA, and we are a website and a podcast and general awesome. We cover music and K-dramas, and we've been around for probably a lot of years now. And this is probably one of my favorite panels, the exception of my fanfic panel I did earlier this week.
Hello everyone, it's your favorite Ajima, Young Ajima here. I have lots of Ajimas here today, so I'm so excited to see everyone. I'm a freelance writer. I write for several publications like Drama Fever, I've done Viki, and several others. I'm a drama kid at heart. However, you can't love one without the other. Am I right? So, welcome. So, thank you so much for coming, and yeah, let's have fun today.
Hi, my name is Leah. I am a freelance writer. I'm here covering KCON this year and half of the past 3 years. I write for ATK Magazine. It's an all things Korean magazine based in Toronto. I also run my own website, Zombie Mama, which is also everything Korean, everything from dramas and movies and K-pop and concerts and absolutely everything. I'm a mom of 4, everywhere from 14 to 5. All 4 little girls. I am raising 4 little fangirls. I'm very proud of you. This is my 4th year as a panelist here at KCON, and my 3rd year as a press writer. I've also written for Drama Fever and all kinds of websites everywhere, so very excited and very happy to be here. And a little over 30, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, because that's, you don't need to go there.
Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Espinosa. I am the managing editor for Han Cinema, the Korean movie and drama database. I think I reversed that, I'm so sorry. Drama and movie database. But I'm also a freelance writer. I work for Snoopy, and I've written for a couple publications in England, all over the United States. And like Sarah, I started in drama, but that quickly transitions over into K-pop, so.
It looks like our team figured it out. Tasha O'Neill. She's in the hallway. Tasha, we fixed it. She gonna come in like, what? Well, excuse me, hey y'all. I'm Ashley, better known as Multifaceted ACG. I am a YouTube content creator, as well as a creative director for MacG Productions. So you might have seen us parading around here with white shirts on over the weekend with our big logo on it. We do live and online events. We also manage a very diverse community of talented content creators and an online magazine. I'm a rabid GOT7, and I got 7, so I've been waiting for this day for so long. So forgive me if I don't speak as much as I usually do or as loud, because I'm trying to preserve my voice for Jackson. This is really important. Priorities, all right? So it looks like we figured out how to fix the AV. They are tinkering with it just a little bit more, but we are thrilled to have you all here. This has become a bit of a tradition by demand, not just by request. So I don't have any shame saying my age. I'm 32 and it started when I became 30, so yeah, I'm not the baby up here, but I'm the baby. So, this is a very interactive panel, as I've said earlier, but I genuinely mean it. If you hear things that bring joy and excitement to you, by all means, please react, make some noise and things. I'm going to make jokes about our age, even if we're not that old, so be prepared for it. I understand hearing is hard for some of us. So, if it doesn't work on the left like mine, just lean the right in. That's all we need. In the past, we've had a little bit of a lineup about the kind of things that we do, but at this point, we're fairly well versed in this panel. But it always flips and flops on its own magical way. We do encourage you to make the room appear as full as possible. KCON does pay attention to that, and the more it looks like it's packed out, the more inclined they are to bring this back. And trust me, after you get through this hour with us, you will want this to come back. So, now that we've tinkered with that introduction to that 17 song about 19 times, I believe that it's a good time to go ahead and start the video. Por favor. I would like it to start. Thank you. Shout out to my G production team, so appreciate it. All right, divert your attention this way.
That's me.
I cry because we're adults. Life is not simplistic for us. There's no blinders, no rainbows and sparkles all the time. Life is pretty damn black and white with a lot of gray areas sometimes. So it's not always easy to see moments, especially in this day and age, that just give you pure, unadulterated joy. And nobody in those pictures looked like they were dealing with back bills or phones and lights cut off or layoffs or ailing parents or grandparents and things of that sort. It was joy. It was unified joy because of all of this. So round of applause for that. I really don't know what is going on with me. I usually have a very black heart, but y'all keep heart into it. Is that what it is? We gotta stop this. Wow. But no, it makes me very proud, and I know y'all were proud because y'all flooded Twitter on that hashtag.
Oh my gosh.
It was, oh my God.
Since we put that out there and we're like, okay guys, we're just gonna see what happens, and I swear every day from the moment we put that graphic up and we're like, come on, show us over 30, let's do this. I swear every day my phone just exploded, and I swear I cried every freaking day for a week.
It was like 5 days.
5 days, and I'm like, oh my heart, I'm like, you guys are amazing.
We have a group chat going, and I was like, how many times have you cried today?
And I just want to take this opportunity to thank Stephanie for taking the time to
cry like every single time. I'm like, I'm angry you again. Everybody's just so happy and they all love K-pop.
And it's not being over emotional. It's not being over emotional. All of you can literally take 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 5 seconds to close your eyes and remember all the shit waiting for you once we leave here this weekend.
Yes.
Thanks for reminding us.
So now we have this unified moment. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much everyone for sharing. So now, ladies and gents, boys, girls, and them, gender appropriate, welcome to the return of K-pop fans over 30. Every year, I count to the count of 3, I let you holler out who is your bias or the thing you're strung out on right now. And then we go down the lane and we talk about our gateway drug. I mean the introduction. To this eclectic, amazing world. So, on the count of 3, we go, oh, this mine?
Yes.
Do I shake it first?
No.
I told y'all I'm a baby. See how they just... Alright, so, wet my palate. Feel free if your legs start locking up to stand up and stretch. Alright. I told y'all this ear thing is real for me. You're going to see me pulling at it a lot. On the count of 3, everyone, I would love for you to shout at the top of your lungs who your ultimate bias or your group is right now, or the K-drama that's got you all messed up, or that thing you found at that local Korean market that you didn't even know existed in your neighborhood, and now you can't stop eating it. So on the count of 3, Hana, pull, set. Ladies, what was your gateway drug? I don't have my clock up here today. That's shocking. You know I time everything. Oh, delightful. It's 2:18. Let's go ahead and take about 2 minutes each.
Okay, so the very first thing I ever saw was a 4-minute music video. I heard it on the radio, and T said, you have to watch this music video. It's like TLC, but like 100 times better. And I watched it, and that was pretty much it. And then I found Big Bang and GD. That sparkle GD does something to someone's soul that I can't. And then I found BTS. Those boys and the Marmies, the mom armies. Giving me life and purpose. So that's like been my gateway to K-pop, and now it's K-dramas and food and concerts and all of the things, and I just don't even know where to go now. Just more into everything. But yes, definitely those 3 were my intro.
Awesome.
I came out a little differently. I started with K-drama.
Yeah.
Then realized that almost every single actor in there is part of a band. Started surfing iTunes, but back then K-pop wasn't really a thing on iTunes, and so you'd have to like try and search and meander your way through. And I hit CN Blue and listen to stuff. Listening to it because I was so addicted to K-pop. I felt like I had to listen to it. Like it was like having kimchi for the first time. You're like, this is disgusting, but because I'm a K-drama fan, I have to eat it. But here's the thing, you get seasoned to it, and now I love it, and now I love K-pop. But you have to find that one thing. I went from CN Blue, but then Big Bang Fantastic Baby happened. Oh yeah. And that was my gateway into K-pop, and now I'm a giant BTS fan.
Like what Stephanie said, I got in through dramas. I started with the traditional gateway drama, which is Boys Over Flowers. But it wasn't actually until I watched Iris and I saw exactly, and I said, who is this young man? Because even then, I knew. Found Big Bang and have just lost myself ever since. So I should say I found myself, because truly, this is just made me feel so much more self-aware and confident, you know? I don't know about the rest of y'all, but after a while, you feel like, that's it, I'm the mom or I'm the dad, and I'm just like, my fun stuff is over. And then K-pop came into my life, and it's like, it's not over. I can keep going, so.
Yeah, I started with dramas as well. I found one on Netflix. It was My Princess, and then from there, I think I devoured it in like 3 days, and then I found Playful Kiss, and I devoured that one in like 3 days, and then I found You're Beautiful, and I devoured that one in 3 days. That was my first experience with second lead syndrome, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is right now. What the heck is happening to me right now? I don't know. But I'm like, I didn't even know who Youngwoo really was, but I'm like, that opening scene when Angel is there and they're all doing their band thing, and I'm like, I don't know who these boys are, but they are actually in a band. They have to be in a band. They're not faking this. And I looked them up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're in a band. So I went and looked them up, and I'm like, this is SCN, and I'm seeing Blue, and I'm like, I don't know who they are, but I went to YouTube, and this was like back in the days when YouTube was kind of young, and this is like K-pop was kind of young, but I found them, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this? I'm like, I don't know what this is, but this is wonderful. And then that led me to like, Big Bang, and like, again, this is around like Fantastic Baby and stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, my life is never gonna be the same again. And I was just like, I devoured, not only did I devour like 3 dramas in like 2 weeks, but I was just like, K-pop just became like this thing, and I was like eating and breathing and sleeping it, and I just never ever stopped. And like Youngwoo, I always say this, Youngwoo is like the bunny I followed down the rabbit hole to Wonderland, and I'm like, I've just been living here ever since. I think that was what, like 2009 when You're Beautiful came out, and I've just been stuck here, and I'm like, and it just keeps coming and coming and coming, and it's just, there's so much to it, and there's so much, and I love, and I don't get excited. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, and now I'm here, and I'm like, I'm seeing Astro, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, and it's not even just them. I'm like, there's more groups, and there's more groups. Don't even get me started. Don't ask me, because like GOT7's here, and NCT's here, and SF9 was yesterday, and Vix was here yesterday. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm not freaking it.
Why do I have to go after her? Like, seriously, how am I supposed to do that? Okay, so I actually started with J-drama. Anybody? My sister and I read manga as a kid, and then I was like, oh, they have them in drama form. And then, oh, there are Korean people doing this too. And then it was You're Beautiful and Sonyeonma in there. And then they have both FNC groups in there, you know. So I started listening to that, and I'm a classical musician, and so I'm like super analytical. When I listened to it, I was like, ooh, they got technique. Oh my God, they're so good. And then I watched a music show, like M Countdown, and I called my sister. I was like, you gotta come here right now. And we're both like, oh my God! And then ever since then, oh, sorry, she wanted me to tell you that it was shiny. We actually spent all our money last year going to the Shiny fan meet.
And the concert.
Who wants a Shiny? Hello, my brothers and sisters. So anyway, that was my gateway, and I'm primarily a K-drama person, but you can't get out of K-pop, it just don't work.
I'm not going to tell my usual story. I've told it so many times now, and it's on video that I think it's not right. My ultimate bias is top. I'm going to leave it at that. But what I will tell you, obviously I'm sitting here in a whole bunch of GOT7 stuff. No reason for me to highlight that. I'm a living billboard. But what I will tell you about is the group that really did make it stick a little bit more for me. Yes, I like Big Bang and whatnot. 2013 was my first KCON. I was very excited, extremely thoroughly thrilled out of my mind, and I chronicled all of it on YouTube. In the last video I said, well, this was fun everyone, and the next thing I'll catch you for will be a concert in Dallas. It's actually a showcase. You've never been to one of those before. It's for this group called VIX. VIX was my first concert. They were my GOT7 before GOT7 existed. I literally remember sitting there when they came out and did their first song, and my brain was going, YouTube has come alive, YouTube is alive, YouTube is alive. And then it was a part where Hong Bin had to like lift his shirt, and I literally blacked out. I do this a lot of times. I'm serious, it's a heart attack. I black out a lot where it's just moments of concert just gone, footage out of my mind. One thing that struck me the most, and it's not Leo because he's everyone's biased, I don't even care who you are. That's like Amber and FX, we all love her. So, the thing that struck me the most, God in heaven, is this charismatic, like, cat-looking like man who never showed his eyebrows until a few eras ago, and he got my skin complexion, but they keep whitewashing him, and his name is Chahakim. And he is fabulous, okay? I talk entirely too much about him on my YouTube channel, so that is another bias of mine. And we all speak the lingo. We know what biases are. Ultimate biases, OT. You might have kind of said you know what it is and didn't know it's one true pairing and those things. But there's a lot of jargon involved in this. Ladies, this is a question I've never asked before. What was a word or a concept in this whole Hallyu wave that kind of took you back for a moment? Like, oh, okay. I've got some ideas, but I want to hear.
Well, I'm pretty sure everyone has this when the Sussing fans. Yeah. With a little bit of the darker side, but just watching is a little bit of a horror show, and that one kind of got me. It's just a very different culture. We don't do that here. What about down there?
Oh, you go. This one may be a little, I don't know. Okay, so they're singing the songs, and you don't really know it when you're just starting out, and you don't know the language at all, and they keep saying nega. And I'm just like, that does not seem right. And then you realize it's like just their eye, and I'm just like, okay. So mine is, you know, keep in mind Big Bang was one of the first groups. You Google Namtori and shipping, and you get yourself into a rabbit hole real quick of things that you don't, you're like, what, but they're not together, but you think they are, and then you got the conspiracy theory video, which by the end of that 15 minutes, you're like, yes, he's trying to hide it. So that was the first thing, like shipping and Namtori, that I was like, oh yeah, no, I don't know about this part of it. So that was the...
Mine is not so risque, but when I got into dramas, there was no such thing as second lead syndrome, because I remember writing about it, and I sent it to Drama Fever, and they were like, yeah, we'll run this for you. If you like go way back on their blog, you'll find this little thing. It was even before Young Ajima was born, where I was like, why is it that the nice guys always finish last? And then when the second lead syndrome came out, I was like, thank God, because I thought I was the only one that had this problem. So that was mine.
I had a stereotypical problem. As a Westerner and one who grew up in a very, very predominantly black community, I grew up in Detroit. So I didn't see a lot of cultural diversity. So I thought all Asian men were short. I'm not talking about anything else but height. I thought all Asian men were short. So you watch this on YouTube, and you instantly assume, man, all these short guys jamming. And then you go and you have the amazing opportunity that some of us have had and interviewed these idols, and you're like, oh, and I say, oh, they are giants. Vince is like 6 even on the nose. The shortest one is 6'1". Like, stop yourselves in 2017. Disrespectful to tone. It's very shocking. Yes, of course, some of them do wear the shoe inserts and things of that sort. To each your own. Ta-da! So, you know, they wear what they wear, but the stereotype was already there, that these are not very tall men, you just assume it, and the women are extraordinarily short and cute, and then you think they're all super skinny, and then you come to KCON, and you sit down close enough to the stage, and you see these women got thighs from just dancing their lives off, and curves, and you're like, oh my god, they really are human. This is great.
I appreciate that so much. When I'm sitting there and I'm not like shooting the red carpet, and I'm like, oh, your legs are gorgeous. Yeah. And I was like, you have figures, and I'm like, oh, you are queens, and you are gorgeous, and you are beautiful, and I'm like, I so appreciate that so much. I'm just like, thank you for not being twigs. And I'm like, it just makes me feel like so much better about myself. And I'm like, and of course, you know, they're dancers and they're beautiful, and you know, they have all the muscle tone and definition that I will never ever have. And like, of course, you know, they're like half my age and have been dancing for forever and don't have 4 kids. So yeah. But and I have to keep that. That's my thing. I have to keep that into perspective, especially with the girl groups. I'm like, you know, you are young and beautiful, and you don't have 4 kids. And I have to keep reminding myself that you don't have 4 kids.
One thing that we did just briefly, just brushed over, was the word stereotypes. I am certain this audience has had quite a bit of that. So let's play a quick little game. We always have some type of game in this. Unfortunately, the sound system is all the way over there, so I'm going to have to improvise some things. But, all right, so raise your hands if one person you know has asked, aren't you a little too old for this?
Oh, can I raise 2?
All right. That's right. Raise your hand if you've had... Are they the same person that we're talking about? Yes. Raise your hand. And I'm so serious on this because this has happened for some of you. Raise your hand if you've had an intervention or your family has disowned you about this. There are some of us who have had some very difficult interactions with people we deeply love because of the stereotypes tied into this. You're perverse because you're watching these young little men or women. You're gay, which who really cares? You're gay because you watch this stuff. Or if you're an older man, gentlemen in the room, if you are a fanboy, make some noise. Just as beautiful as a unicorn, as a girl group, because they don't get enough love, it's just as beautiful as the fanboys. You all deserve so much love. About loving this entertainment, even if it's just a drama, someone is always going to over-sexualize or trivialize these experiences. Ladies, do you have any feedback or thoughts or personal experiences you're comfortable sharing about these stereotypes and how you might have overcome those moments? Go ahead, yes.
Well, I actually have 2 things. I have to say that I have gotten a lot of this. I've gotten a lot of, you know, I had a friend who sat me down and said, and said, you're getting too much into this, and you know, not everybody that you want to talk, everybody that you know wants to talk about these sort of things, and maybe you should just tone them down a little bit. And that hurt me. Like that really hurt me. And it's something that we all have to deal with. But then I also have to realize that I'm guilty of it as well. For the first time coming to KCON this year, I ran into, like, my flight was 2 hours delayed. And I'm sitting there and I look across and like, that is a K-pop video. And it's the first time that I've ever seen somebody just bumped into somebody that we're all headed to KCON. Yeah. And there was this older gentleman with them. And I just assumed it was a chaperone. Like, I did. And then I ended up sitting, he was next to me on the plane. And I was just like, hey, how's it going? How's a kid? And he's like, I cannot wait to see Girls' Day. Oh. out that she was dating that guy, and he's like, now I no longer have a chance. Not only was that awesome, but then that was like a reality check to me that even though I've been on the receiving end of this before, you still have to check yourself. You still looking out at other people, you know?
When I got into it, I started a drama group on Facebook. And this was before, look, y'all, I'm old, you know, I don't know the ins and outs of Facebook. So the group was open instead of closed. So whenever you post, everybody sees it, right? So I was getting all these messages from my family members like, hey, we're a little tired.
Wait a minute, everyone, time out. There might be a moment happening in the hallway.
We should invite him in. That's her group.
Only at KCON17LA will you have idols just walks amongst you like it's so, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. You're either like, oh, okay, or you fall out alongside the wall at someone's panel like I did earlier today.
No, I'm interrupting myself. So we had an earlier panel with my parents, and Vix walked by, and like, I screamed. She ran out. I screamed. My panel member tried to jump over the table and
It took me a minute.
Yeah,
I apologize for that. But
anyway, yeah, getting back to it. Yes, we've all had that situation where family members, friends, are either like, hey, we're annoyed with this, or, oh my God, you've changed since you started listening to that Chinese stuff. And it's like, first of all, it's not. It's K-pop, get it straight. You know, second of all, I'm expressing myself, one, or, you know, this is what I really want to do. So either accept me, you don't have to accept the music or the shows that I'm watching, or, you know, you can just hit that little delete button on the friends list and there we go.
And my website, Kpopmamas website, hit its 5-year anniversary, like, just within the last, I want to say, I don't even think it's been the last year, maybe the last 6 months or so. My parents, me as a grown-up, you know, with a kid in high school this year, my parents have just now started to accept me, and this, you know, this is my 4th year as a panelist. I write as a legitimate writer, you know, there was a time where I actually got paid for it. Like, I have interviewed idol groups, song that people love a lot. I mean, this has become more than a job. I've had to like sit down and be like, mother, this is the reach that I have, you know, and give her actual stats on things. And it's taken 5 years of actually doing this as like my thing, beyond how many years, what did I say, 2009, that I've actually, you know, this is something that I love. To convince my parents as an adult, this is not a phase. And I'm not, this is the thing, and you know, I mean, it's the same thing with my husband. It has taken like this good 5 years since I started my website to be like, dude, I'm a stay-at-home mom. That's like my job, and all of this other stuff. It's taken that long to convince him that this is something that I need as my identity, as something beyond the mom and the dishes and the laundry. I need something that I'm like, I love my family, I love my kids, I love, you know, my life, but I need something more. I need something that I can identify with, that I can come home to. Well, not come home to because I'm always home. Something that I can turn to at the end of the day. You know, I can turn my music on when I'm stressed and, you know, life is and I can be like, this makes me happy. Obviously, this is something that I'm passionate about, and I'm like, this gives me my identity beyond mom and wife. This is Leah. This is zombie mama, and if I have to take on an alternate identity as a zombie to do it, then so be it. But I'm like, it's taken me this long, not just to convince my parents and my life, and it's finally sinking in with them that this is not just a phase. This is something that brings me joy, that makes me happy, and it's taken that for this long for them to realize that this is okay, that I'm not just some, okay, maybe I'm crazy, but it's like at least that they're finally accepting the crazy and being like, okay, this makes her happy, and this is good, and this is healthy for her. And it's kind of crazy but this is, you know, it's not.
It's not crazy, it's K-pop.
We accept we're crazy. So my story is listed do with family, more with coworkers. So for the past 3 years, I worked at a publishing company, and we're very serious when we publish books. And every once in a while, I take a week or two of vacation. They're like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to go see K-pop concert," and they're like. And then seriously, I come back, they're like, "Did you scream like a 14-year-old girl?" Yeah. Yes. I don't have my voice, and we played a joke on one of our bosses, and then we were all putting up boy bands. I took the red carpet photos, I took a BTS, put it on his door. And I just recently quit that job to work in K-pop. So, there's nothing you can really say. I make money doing what I love. What are you doing?
I like the fact that one of the things that, well, two of the things. One of you made a career out of this, which some of us actually have in this room and up here on this panel. This is not just a hobby. This is a very integral part of our lives. But Leah said, "This is a part of my identity. This is who I am." So. It's an interactive time. Now, first and foremost, go ahead and stretch those stiff limbs, old people. Just kumbaya inside yourself. So, when you're at home and you're watching YouTube, either on the computer, your phone, or on a TV, if you've got the cool little hookups for that, that's about the only time that you can get really, really thrilled. You might go to the concerts and then you might do a little bit of a dance, but you're like, God, these kids, they'll see me, so you kind of hold it in. This ain't the spot for that. So, yes, I was busting choreography. My arm hurts right over there. At the BTS concert, when it got to the first album, and no one in our area knew choreo except me and her, everyone was like, "Get it! Oh, women!" Right now is a moment that you don't often get. Time to rep your fandom. So I'm just gonna call some fandom names out. Just some names. If it resonates with you, feel free to emote.
Hey guys, we should move our mics back.
Everlasting friends, where are you? Sorry. Blackjacks. It's something a little animalistic, something a little, eggs to the side. I'm wondering if there's so many mom babies in the house. Gosh, it's just so many of you. I have to leave you last, so we're gonna wait on the other one. Y'all already know that. Do we have any carrots? Do we have any pink pandas? Panda. All right. How about starlights? I can say, where are y'all? Attention, army! You got any old school friends like G.O.D.? I mean, these groups matter, and it's just legendary. Were any of you here when they came to KCON? No, we just talking about it and I got goosebumps. Literally. Yes, when that logo came on the big screen a couple of years ago, and it was silence that was just like, oh my God. Like, okay. It's making me my cheeks flushed. Jesus. You don't get this moment a lot. You in your own house cleaning up, talking about. You like hype. I know we got some wild cards in here. That's a new one. In here, and IOI wasn't even a group anymore. These moments are intense for us, just as they are if you were a kid and you were loving, you know, the Beatles, David Bowie, Nirvana, Aerosmith, Linkin Park. But you see how it got you in here? That's what this brings to you as well. And I know these women have some awesome moments where something just kind of caught them off guard or made them feel extra proud of being a fan. Perhaps there's one or two you might be willing to share. Oh, it's just like, go ahead.
So at the Shiny, was it the
Dallas?
It was Dallas. Okay. So we went to Dallas, my sister and I. Huh?
Are you doing the Prism?
Yes, the Prism story. She's so excited about this. So our favorite song off that album is Prism. Yes. Okay. So you're not allowed to leave your cameras when you're shooting as press. You're not allowed to leave your cameras. You have to bring them to your car. Of course, the parking lot's like hella far, right? I wear sneakers. I brought my change of shoes. I put them on, packed my backpack, and I kid you not, I made it in like 2 minutes. I was dying. I came in and like burst the door open and Prism started. Like it was like boom. I just started screaming. And I was so excited, and like the ticket people were just like freaking out. And my sister was like, "Oh shit, she missed it," because I didn't go to my seat. I was literally standing in the middle of the aisle, and they're like trying to pull me back to my, like trying to get a piece of my seat, and I was freaking out. And that was my most recent, like, 32-year-old, like working in a big company. Like I'm legit with a name tag fangirl moment.
Waiting to tell this story because I come here, this is my 4th year doing K-pop fans over 30. Yeah. And I sit up here and I listen, and everybody has one of those stories that, oh, I met this person, or we have this eye contact with somebody, and I don't have those stories. And so I was like, this year, I've got one for you guys.
I'm so excited.
So, B1A4 went to New York. We had a bunch of friends coming from all around the country to come see B1A4, and they're like, we're gonna get high touch. And I'm like, hey, I'm not that person. I don't want to pay to touch people. So they're like, we're gonna do it. I'm like, all right, we're gonna do it. And so we get up to the end, and we're like, it's gonna happen, and we're like going through the stage, and it's upstairs, and it's downstairs, and all of a sudden I get separated from my friends. And then we're going into this room, and I realize they're there. And I get scared. I literally, like, I'm walking, and then I'm back up. I'm like, I couldn't face them. I was so nervous. I had this like moment, and then I didn't know what to do. I was like, and so I go up to them, and I'm just like, hi. So I'm sure they remember me because I'm the weirdo.
Don't have as many stories as I used to, because now with managing our company, I'm not out on the road as much as I used to be able to have these awesome experiences. But mine was last night. Some of you might be a fan of my sister, The Just Life. A lot of people be like, "What? That's your sister?" Yeah, that's my big sister. So, my sister and I are half siblings, so we do have some different parentals. And we are staying with her cousin who works in entertainment, and she does a lot of events for the Staples Center. We lucked out and got some good tickets already being special guests. However, in the middle of Girls' Day's performance, Jessica runs the heck out of the seat. And I'm like, oh, here we go, family members died. So I'm trying to get emotionally prepared for her to come back, because Jessica don't run for nothing except snacks and free stuff. I mean, serious. Or if it's black folk running, because we don't ask, we just do it. Those 3 things only. Free, food, safety. When it wasn't safety
food, it was free. Her cousin got us down on the floor last night, right before Vicks was getting ready to come on. Oh God. So I get the text message, she's like, you gotta come now, like you need to get here. I'm lost upstairs, I'm running, I'm starting to panic because I'm like, I'm gonna mess around, miss this moment, and it's gonna exist, I'm not. And she found me, we get down there, we're on one side, the Nutty Nomads, who some of you might watch, they're watching me go around like this. They thought I was awestruck, I was blind, I was in the fog machine. I got in the way of the fog, so my eyes was messed up, so I was kind of trying to focus. All the time this is going on, Super Junior and D&E are singing Opa Opa. So imagine that music and how kitschy it is. Well, my eyes are focused. We realize they're not facing the side of the stage that we're on, so we need to move. We finally get our bodies onto the other side, and we're surrounded by teenagers. And then her cousin and her cousin's co-worker who does the K-pop bookings but knows nothing about K-pop. Oh, it is good. In the words of one of our favorite comedians, it's gonna happen. Okay, so I know what time it is. I'm like fixing my flip-flop and whatnot. The lights go down, music starts, there's Vicks. I'm singing around, singing along, busting the choreo and whatnot, moving the kids out of the way. I don't care. Last year when it was BTS, I just been told, hi there, young ladies. I went to see them in New York at KCON. They're gonna perform the Cypher. I need you to move when it happens. Same thing. Hey there, Vicks, you don't know. I do. So when they started, I'm telling you to move, and sure enough, they were considerate and they moved, so I'm thrashing and whatnot, you know, little black girl dance, little white girl dance, you know. And then finally I turn and I look at our cousin's co-worker and she's just like, so I like typewriter over to her. Typewriter over to her and I'm like, isn't this great? And she's like, yeah, who are they? Oh no, you knew I put the company on the map. Well, they're called Vicks. They are an amazing group. They come from Jellyfish Entertainment. If you look at some of the credentials of the company, what you see is Jellyfish just had an audition at KCON earlier today. You know, they were in one of the venues that you actually booked. However, what you need to pay attention to is the dexterity of the choreography. You see the precision of that. That's something that we've been doing for quite some time. That have come every year since they debuted to the United States. They only skipped last year due to some other circumstances with some of their production, and they were preparing for recruitment. Do you have any other questions? Here's my card. So you can be a professional fangirl and typewriter and do all the old dances to all the new songs, and you can flip it on them and show just how adult you are in the Hollywood wave. So, yes, go ahead.
Okay, I have embarrassed myself twice this year on the K-pop idol, and it's been really embarrassing, but I'm going to tell y'all anyways because, I mean, it's really hard to imagine how embarrassing I've embarrassed myself. So, and I'm a YouTuber, I react, I'm used to embarrassing myself, but I talk to BM from KAR through Audio Radio all the time, so many KAR fans out there, he's the sweetest human being ever. I drove 10 hours to go see him in Chicago. We're gonna do the group picture at the end. I'm getting really excited, and the girl who, I don't know who she is, but I've grabbed her, she's my friend now, and we're walking, at a concert, right? So we're walking down, and she goes to do the high touch, and they go, well, do you want to go in this picture? And I'm like, oh, no, we don't want to be at the back of the picture. And I'm like, no, we're together. They go, well, one of you can go. I'm like, no, we're going to be the first people in the next picture. Like, you worry. You grab one of those kids over there. So they grab him, we go, I'm gonna get next to BM, I'm gonna tell him hello. And I get up next to him, and they take the picture, and I said, hey, I'm Kpopmamas. And he kind of looked at me, and I said, I'm Mama B. And he goes, oh my God, you made it! I'm so glad. How was the concert? And I blacked out. I didn't know if I remembered the conversation correctly, but I told everyone I did. So I think that's what happened. I'm telling you where I vlog it. And then I got home, and a week later he got back, and he goes on the radio, and he goes, oh my God, I met Mama B. There's this lady next to me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a lady. Like, this lady next to me knew who I was. It was Mama B. I was like, I remembered it correctly. I didn't lie. huge 24K fan. They're a smaller group. I think they're wonderful. Oh, no, 24K. There's like 5 of us. I got the chance to have a video call with Corey, the leader of 24K. So he's also the only one that speaks English. So I was like, I'm covered. I got this. I don't have to learn Korean. And I've been waiting for this for months. For 3 months, I've been waiting for this video call. A lot of y'all helped me like prepare, like, oh my God, what do I say to this person? It's one thing to know you're gonna talk to your idol, and it's another thing to be like, what am I gonna ask him when you actually get there, right? So 5 minutes before, it's 1 a.m. because it's Korean time, it's 1 a.m. 5 minutes before, I've been waiting 3 months. My 5-year-old wets her bed for the first time ever. Oh. She flips out because she's like dishonor on the whole family. Like she's screaming, you're gonna hate me, you're disappointed in me. The baby wakes up, I looked at my husband and I literally I started crying. I was like, you have to fix this. It was the fastest, most amazing parenting thing that's ever happened. If y'all have kids, within 3 minutes we had bed changed, kids back to sleep, silent in the house. I threw myself into the chair. I'm literally slid into the front, and the Skype like rings, and I throw myself in, and there's Corey, and I go, he goes, oh my God, you're Kpopmamas, I know you. And I was like, oh my God, did you? My kid just peed her bed. It was so I hear him in the living room going, you sound like an idiot. I'm old, I'm a mom.
I know we're almost out of time, but I just really want to say my proudest moment is converting my 9-year-old. He was about 5 when we started. And yeah, he's like a legit BTS fan. He made his own YouTube channel. He's made videos. And when they came to New Jersey, I took him as a surprise. So I like just did a whole thing. Oh gosh, he's so pissed that he's not in K-Pop right now. It's like, you're 9, you got time, you know, so that's my proud moment.
Before we wrap, everyone, we always have a giveaway. So we do have some lovely trinkets to share with you all. I like to play the I Know That K-Pop song thing. Now, I know they actually made it a panel this year where you have to figure it out in humming or within a few seconds. I just want y'all to know it started from here. So, innovators, the 30 and ups we are. Okay, so I'm not in a position to run over to the AV, play it. It used to sit right by us at the panels, but they make some transitions and we are not allowed to move those things. So please, to the best of your ability, listen through the microphone, and if you know the song, throw your hand up. And we will try to get you squared away. We have some posters, I presume.
Right down there, but...
And we have some hats from fanboyclothing.com. I love them.
We've got some buttons.
We've got some buttons.
They say K-Pop Ultima fan, K-Pop Luna fan, whatever you prefer.
And, oh, is that a poster?
Is this the poster? That's a drum poster. That's my poster.
I do see something up there on the counter that looks really good. What is that? No, in Bethany's hand.
This is a drum poster in the 17 Top album.
Yeah, Magic, The Gathering. Okay.
I meant top secret. It's top secret.
Top secret, top secret?
Yeah, it's top secret.
Don't play with lies like that.
So I'm going to try to keep it easy on everyone. I'm not going to make it too hard. I usually play around the same things just to make life a little bit easier for everybody. That's a giveaway. Literally, it says the name in the first few seconds. All right. Are you all ready? Yeah. They like, what? All right. Not you, human jukebox. You're internal. We want the externals. All right. First song. No, literally, the gentleman in the back with the white shirt, I ain't never seen somebody stand up so fast. What is the song or the group Love Bug? Yes. Make sure at the end of our panel to come up here so that you can retrieve your prize, okay? We might have to do something about this volume. Hold on. Okay. Oh my, ooh, look at, I have a tendency to give people names
don't belong to them. Would you like to know what you know is named? You know, you fine, you know. That's it. You fine, you know. So yes. Taman is also Michael Taman and Taman Jackson. It's a great name, it fits well. Okay. And just as a little highlight to you all, once the panel is done, I'm going to play one of my Fangirl versions. Even though we're supposed to be out of here at 3, they're fun and lighthearted, so I'll play one of those for you before we all leave. Okay, here's the next song. This is such an easy one. Oh God, I feel guilty. Yes. And what is the song? Yes. She got it. She said bulletproof. I'm so sorry, but the volume is so low. I'm so sorry that this volume is so low, everyone. It's not intentional torture. Oh, this is my jam. If you've been to the K-pop over 30 panel for a while, you have heard me talk about grocery shopping to this song. In the very back, the young lady with the jacket. Yes. We're going to do 3 more, and then Christina. I'm sorry, she was talking. I'm so sorry. Christina, can you pull up YouTube, and we will play the Fangirl version of Got7 If You Do. Thank you. I think it might need Wi-Fi because I turned it off. Alright. I figured y'all might as well see me fangirling at my best. Alright. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is a classic. Okay. It literally says the name, too. I saw your hand all the way in the back, lady with glasses, yes. Yes. 2 more songs.
What was it?
It was Hyuna Bubble Pop. 2 more. Ouch. Oh man, that would have been easier. Okay, here we go. I saw the hand in the back with a hat. I saw the hand in the back with a hat. Yes, you, the one who just touched it. What is that? Yes. The song named after a painting. Mona Lisa. Last song. Last song. Oh yeah.
Rain.
Yes, no, seriously. What is the name of the song?
Well, y'all gotta know this.
All right, ladies and gents. So it is 3:03. The tech man is already here. We're gonna give it 1 last second, and then we all have to leave this